you want to continue any conversation around Genghis Khan or the Roman Empire?
Yeah, what the hell was all that about?
Huh? Listen, I'm just saying the Romans are the greatest empire ever.
Great
Ever.
story. Great story.
There we go.
Great story. I don't think anyone wants to hear about that.
What about our great story? What's happening to this country?
So, we got a new political group coming out, which is called Reform Britain.
Yeah.
What's that?
So essentially, is the whole motto is "Make Britain Great Again," which is MAGA.
That's
Very
like the MAGA movement.
Yeah,
That's what
very
Trump
MAGA.
used in the MAGA movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do need something like that in this country because there's no other option. You've got the Conservatives that are not Conservatives anymore. You've got Labour, which is as woke as it gets. So there's no other option for us at the moment. There's no alternative.
No.
It's like for voters like us that have only been voting the last few times. There's like for me, I've never even voted apart from the Brexit. I've never voted because I've never had anything to believe in.
Yeah.
But what's different about these guys?
So one thing I did see is they want to scrap ULEZ completely, which is a lot better for a lot of people because a lot of people are buying cars because they have to buy the car because they can't afford to drive the current car they have, and the car prices just shot up, so they can't even afford new cars, and then insurance are coming involved, so they need to keep their old car. They're scrapping ULEZ. One thing I saw about the tax, they want to change the tax bracket from 12.5, I believe, right now to 20k.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And if the 40% tax rate, they're moving it from 40 to 70 to 80, which is going to make it a lot better for the everyday Joe now.
So the guys you're talking about, I think another thing that they've done is the ULEZ thing, because they don't think that the money that's going in climate change that we're investing is actually helping us at all. If you weigh it out between what it's actually doing versus how much you're actually investing in it, it doesn't seem to weigh up. Which I get, because both sides of the parties right now are both going into sort of climate change, and that's their main agenda. That's all they seem to care about.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys are actually doing things that actually help the UK people. Another thing that I looked at Reform UK is they're quite strict on migration.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've read about that.
I saw that, yeah.
So right now, with all the boats coming in, I think they said they want to leave something called the ECRH or something like that. So basically, so people that are coming in from Paris, they can just pick them up rather than bringing them back here. They pick them up safely in the waters and then just send them back to
France or wherever.
Calais,
Yeah.
where they've come from. Which I think is fair. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing right now is you're just promoting it, and you're just putting money in the pockets of the gangs that are bringing these people in.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's a form of exploitation because those people are safe in Calais. The truth of the matter is, you claim asylum in the first safe country that you go in. When's the last time you saw bombs going off in Calais? It's a safe country. You know, if you are in fear for your life, Calais is not a bad place to be. France isn't a bad place to be.
No,
so I think they're quite hot on that as well.
One thing I did see as well, they want to get really tough on crime.
Yeah.
They really want to make it tough.
But are these again false promises?
That's what we're hoping it's not.
Is this just typical political tactics?
Yeah. It's just going to be someone who says, I'll do this, this and this. As soon as they come into power,
they won't do any of it.
They'll change it.
Yeah.
It's true, I get it, but the thing is, a false promise is better than not saying it at all, because the Conservatives or Labour aren't even saying
They're not
it.
saying anything.
Yeah, at least if these guys are saying it, at some point we can hold them to account.
Yeah.
Conservative and Labour aren't even saying it. Lib Dems, you don't forget about them, they're not even in the picture anymore.
The Green Party.
Right, the Green Party.
The Green Party, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Non-existent.
What's UKIP?
UKIP are right, but I think they were just so far right.
Yeah.
It was just like, as brown boys, we can't even support them.
You're not even going to support
them. We can't even support them. They'd hate us for supporting them. Right? But I think with this, like you said, Sammy, with the Reform UK, at least they're giving us an alternative. As opposed to just something that it's just pay. Oh, the first whereas climate change just being as if that's the only thing that matters in this country, because the fact is it doesn't. There's more things to climate change in this country and in this world that are affecting us daily.
Well, look what they've done with climate change. Rishi Sunak this week, he announced that he's pushing back the electric car, selling of diesels and petrol cars, right? So 2035, right?
Well, for another 5 years now.
Yeah, so they pushed it back, and that will most likely get pushed back.
It'll keep getting pushed back.
It's just that the infrastructure for electric cars doesn't make sense yet.
It's not ready.
It's not there.
It's not there. But look at the timing of it. We were discussing this when they said about the ULEZ. It's just come in right now. People have bought all their cars. All of a sudden, now all that's been put into play. Oh no, we're going to push back the. We're going to push back the. What was it?
2035.
2035.
Yeah.
2035. It's now being pushed back. So imagine if you just couldn't afford it and went and got an electric car
on finance.
In this current climate, for them to say, "Oh, you don't need it right now anyway. We've still got a few more years."
Yeah.
What's all that about? And like you said, the infrastructure, is it really there?
It's not there.
It's not there. Because when you really think about it, because we spoke about this a couple of days ago, me and you.
Yeah.
To own an electric car, to charge it,
Yeah.
you need to download so many apps just to charge your car. For each company. It doesn't make... You need at least 30 apps on your phone, which doesn't make sense. Storage, everything.
Yeah.
So, back to it. What we were talking about again?
You were talking about something a couple of days ago.
Yes, so how you need to download a lot of
Many
apps
apps.
just to charge your car, which is not great. And another thing I saw, because obviously working at Mercedes, I know the way it's working, you're not even allowed to charge your car to 100%. You charge your car to 100%, it ruins the car's battery. So to actually drive your car, electric car, you're not getting the full amount of range, because you can't charge it the whole way up.
See, they don't tell us this.
No,
this
they
stores thing, they don't tell us. It's like, if you want to go to, say, from London to Manchester, I don't think you couldn't come back on that same charge, could you?
No. No chance.
You couldn't come back on that charge. Yeah, we live in the UK. 9 out of 10, you're gonna have to put the heater on.
Yeah,
that's gonna drain the battery even more. To what? To get to Manchester to recharge it again and bring it back in. Who's got time for that?
So another thing is the optimal temperature, the outside temperature for the battery to operate perfectly is 20 degrees. Our average is not 20 degrees.
No,
our average is about 10.
Yeah.
So we're draining a lot of battery.
Yeah.
So this is the things they're not telling us right now, and people are blindly just being brainwashed into it, thinking they're doing something good, but that good is coming out from this. There's a price to pay for that.
There's a price to pay for it as well, and what they do is mask a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to blame it all on climate change and say this is because of climate change and stuff. But in my opinion, I think climate change is a hoax.
It is a hoax, yeah. I agree.
I don't think there's been any difference in our world. Well, what they say is the temperatures increased by 1%. And the way they talk about temperatures rising in this, the sea levels rising.
Yeah.
Right. You got this theory where you put a glass of water, put an ice in it, water will rise up. When the ice melts, it still stays at the same level.
Yeah.
So how, if you've got the icebergs and the ice caps in the sea already that's melting, that sea's not rising. It's still staying at the same level. So it just baffles me the way.
It's a way of taxing. It's a way of taxing. A legitimate way.
Yeah.
And we are being forced to carry on with this hoax.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Call it how it is. It's a hoax.
Yeah.
And the moment we just call it out, just like how we have, all of a sudden we don't care about the future or the next generation. You know, kids like Sahil, we're not worried about their generation or the generation after that. It's got nothing to do with that. As humans, what have we always done in life, through generations? Adapt.
Yeah.
We've adapted through all these things. We'll adapt through this again as well. But charging us for it is not the way forward.
No, it's not.
And how is it one rule for one person rather than a rule for the elite? You look at all these politicians. Look at Sadiq Khan. When talking about climate, wants to save London, this, that, the other, flies off to America for a conference on climate. Yeah. What about the air miles he's clocked?
He can do it on Zoom. Why can't he do it on Teams or Zoom or something like that? Everybody else is doing it on that. People are working from home right now and continuing their life working from home.
Yeah.
These guys want to fly across across the globe just for a meeting.
Yeah.
How is that affecting?
The funniest thing for me was when they started discussing El Nino
Yeah.
and how like climate change at the moment is like really really bad. And then like a week after, they announced opening the biggest coal farm in the UK.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
man!
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you can't even write that shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's only the same people that go on about climate change.
Yeah.
Right? Have you noticed that? It's a few people, a few celebrities that will talk about it. They're the same ones that you see jetting off in private jets, having souped up cars.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, they're not. Are they not?
Where's their activism?
What's happening to their carbon footprint? Yeah. And we've got like 12 bins in our house to try and separate everything.
Yeah.
So to better the climate, we've been asked. We're paying ULEZ. We're doing all this sort of stuff. We're paying for their agenda, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever thought about that? That's what I feel that we're doing. The normal people are paying for their agenda. And when can you actually hold your MP to account, or whoever's in your area and whoever's the MP in your area, and say, I've paid this much towards this. Where's it gone?
Where's it gone?
What have you guys done?
Yeah.
Oh, we've invested it within certain companies. Okay. Who's the directors of those companies?
Yeah.
There's no account for anything.
No, there's not.
There's no transparency either.
There's literally no transparency or account, and that I feel like in the West, we're like sheep. We just follow these things, and we just do it. And then it becomes a fashion to talk about it. Oh, we're doing our bit for the climate. What are you doing? If I ask you, oh, you're doing your bit for the climate. What are you doing? No one actually really knows.
No.
No one actually really knows. So I think with the new, like this Reform UK, I think with them coming out and calling out is good. I think in the US election right now, they're quite big on it.
Yeah.
You got the Republican Party that actually say it for how it is. You got Trump. You got that new guy. Have you guys heard him? That new guy,
Vivek.
Vivek. He just point blankly said it's a hoax, and he's actually saying we should be drilling more, fracking more, so we can to help us adapt.
Yeah.
So we can actually create technology to adapt to climate change. No one said that. Everyone's happy to be green, but then happily allow China to burn fumes all day long so they can supply the rest of the world. That's not how you're going to fix the climate.
No.
By screwing one part of the world up just so you can stay clean, is that really the agenda? No. It goes against everything that they want to do.
Yeah.
So what are we actually paying for?
Saying all this, do I still think Reform Britain's going to win?
No.
No, they're not going to win.
No.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win. They're not going to win.
Mate, you look at a lot of people. You look at Sadiq Khan, for example.
Yeah.
You ask 9 out of 10 people on the street, they don't like him.
Yeah.
But for some
He's
reason,
still
he
in
gets
power.
voted in, bro.
He still gets
voted
in
in.
I
And it's
think-
like,
I honestly think that our election is rigged.
it's rigged.
It is rigged.
Doesn't make sense.
It is rigged.
Someone said, I don't remember the exact person, but he said we need to scrap it
Yeah.
and make it a lot better. The election does not make sense
They-
because voting for your local MP, that will result in who the next prime minister is, which doesn't make sense. Vote for one person.
Yeah.
That's going to change it. Don't vote for your local MP because
Yeah.
you could have a wasteman of your local MP.
Yeah.
You might like him, but you don't like the party he's in. You're
Yeah.
still going to vote for him.
Yeah.
People are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
That's
sense.
true.
They're buying into the person,
Yeah.
But not the actual.
But
but
Their
not the
manifesto.
cause, not the movement, not the cause.
Yeah.
You're not buying. So really, what if you just elected your mate in, or just someone that you just sort of might like the look of, or just like what they say, whatever, but nothing for what they actually stand for.
Yeah.
And when is the last time when you voted when your life was personally changed?
Never. It's
Never.
only got worse.
Never.
In our generation, every election we've only got worse.
Yeah.
So why should we vote? What is there to vote? I think right now young people should just turn around and say, do you know what? We don't believe in anything. Give us something to believe in. We'll vote.
We'll vote.
Otherwise, all this stuff about, oh, you know what? People have fought to give us the right to vote. I completely understand that. That was a different time. Today's a different time.
Yeah.
Why are we just putting these people in so they get the seat and then we don't hear from them? And like I said, every single election, we've only got worse.
You'll only hear from them when it's election time as well.
Yeah. Otherwise, you don't.
Yeah.
hear from them
Yeah.
At all.
Otherwise, you will not hear
Yeah.
from them.
Yep.
I tell you, there's one person who speaks out, and I hate him so much. Keir Starmer.
Oh.
That guy is a piece of work, isn't he?
Yeah. They all are. They all are.
he's
That's good to this watch.
he's a I just don't understand. You know what? He's got it all on a plate right now. Because let's face it, everyone's hacked off with the Conservatives.
Yeah.
Nobody likes them anymore.
Conservative Party's finished.
Conservative Party's finished now, right? They've just
derailed from what they stand for.
exactly. Yeah. There's nothing. Even the Conservative voters are like, what the hell's going on here?
They saw pizza getting, they're like, nah, we're done.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So Keir Starmer, golden opportunity, come in there. This, that, the other, and he doesn't know where he stands. No. You know, I would say he's an on par Jeremy Corbyn right now.
Oh yeah.
In terms of and in the next election, there's another an upset waiting to happen, and it will be because it's going to be because of him. But going back to what you said, Sammy, does that mean Reform UK comes in? Most likely not.
No.
Most likely not.
What they're doing is it's going to happen. They're going to make it all known.
Yeah.
Say everything how it is.
Yeah.
And they're going to get shut down somehow.
But do you know what?
But that's a lot with everything that's
but you know what?
People, right? You speak the real truth, you get cancelled.
Yeah.
It's true, but why is it only in this country are we becoming even more down that side where you just can't speak or have an opinion about another side? You look at the Americans, you look at other countries in the world, at least they've got a kind of a left and right going on. Yeah. We don't have that. Everything is going to everything's the left.
Yeah.
Both parties to the left. You've got something which is kind of in the middle right now with Reform UK, but they're never going to get through because they'll be considered racist, don't care about the environment, misogynistic. They'll say something will come up there. Oh, they said this, they said that.
The world's gone soft.
The world's gone soft. The thing is,
but in the UK, we've gone softer.
We've gone a lot
softer, right? Like I said, with America, at least they've got two sides. At least you've got a choice. Both opinions, there's a place for everybody there. We don't have that over here. No. We've become really soft. Yeah. That's why there's nothing for us to believe in. And I would even tell youngsters right now, if you don't believe in it, don't feel forced to vote.
Yeah.
Don't feel forced to vote. Yeah. If the people that you vote for have not, they need to be taken to account as well. They can't just have the seat for 4 or 5 years and just wait and just sit on it and not get anything done. We've said this before. If you have a job, you get selected for a job. If you don't deliver, we're on probation for 6 months. If you don't deliver, they'll get rid of you, and that's for a job. This is for the biggest seat in the country, and if you don't, you've got the opportunity to not deliver for however many years, a whole term.
Yeah.
Think how many lives are going to get ruined in that time.
Yeah,
we need to hold these guys to account. You know, so.
But will they let us speak up about it? No.
No, they won't. But at the end of the day, like you said, there's got. I think the more people speak about it, like we are right now, people hopefully they have a light bulb moment, thinking, do you know what? No, we're not just going to blindly vote for something that we don't actually believe in.
Yeah.
Just because our parents have always voted, our grandparents have always voted, that's what we do. No, the power of vote is powerful. Use it for something you believe in. Yeah. If you don't believe in something, don't do it.
It's true.
Because the more people say that, no, we're not gonna vote. The young people aren't gonna vote because we don't believe in this. Yeah. They're gonna think, hold on a minute, this is our market. So what are we doing for the young people? It's something to think. It's definitely something to think about.
I think what it was before was people that voted for the Tories.
Yeah.
They were considered to be rich people.
Yeah, upper middle class. Yeah.
Upper middle class. But even when you look at it from their point of view, does anything they say make sense?
No.
Because you're paying a ridiculous amount of tax.
Yeah.
It's like what, over 140k, you're paying 50%.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you're only taking them 70.
Wait, 140k? If you're on 140k, you only take 50% home.
It's something like
we've seen that on the way.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous. Like, why would they not want that lower tax bracket and go for that? It's just because they know. And I know it's just a big conspiracy about it, but it's just they're in that position for a reason, and they're there for that reason. They don't want to speak over because they don't want to be shoved back down.
Who, the Conservatives?
The people that, like, the upper middle class.
Right, okay.
That 2%.
Yeah, that 2% in the world. Because that 2%'s votes, in my opinion, are worth more than all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It is their vote. It is their vote.
Yeah.
Well, they're the donors.
Yeah.
Right? They're the ones that are feeding the money in.
Exactly.
So at some point, it has to come back to them.
Yeah.
This isn't charity they're doing. they're doing something to get something out
It's a
of it.
business transaction.
I mean,
You know?
it's like that episode in Simpsons where they're whole like rigging the votes happened. And it actually happened.
Yeah.
I think that still happens.
Yeah.
The government get the votes, but then they're like, nah,
Yeah.
scrap
Yeah.
it. We're just going to do
Yeah.
this.
We're just going to go into this. Yeah.
There's obviously higher authorities there
Yeah.
that we don't
That
see,
we don't see
hear.
we don't see or hear. But the thing is but then what do we do as a generation? What do we do? All we can do is say it how it is and hope other people, like I said, have that light bulb moment and think, do you know what? Yeah, we're not going to do that. Or something like we're saying, if you don't believe in it, don't vote. That becomes a viral thought in people's head.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that. Elections are coming up next year. Give us something to vote for, or we're not going to do it.
But that's the thing.
We're not
That's
going to
the
do
thing.
it.
That's what happened with these elections. They start to tell you what you want to hear to get you to vote. Once they've got their vote, everything returns business as usual for them, and it's just about how much can they put in their pocket.
But are they even telling us what we want to hear right now? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
We're all different age groups over here. There's nothing that they're telling us right now that we want to hear.
There's no common ground.
There's no common ground. They're so out of touch with with general society. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. They could not be more out of touch. You know, you've got people that have studied, gone through the whole what's that place in Windsor where they all go and study the Eton elite.
Oh,
Eton College, yeah.
Every single politician sounds the same, looks the same, and says the same. And guess what? It doesn't look, sound, or hear anything what any of us are going to be thinking or saying. So they are out of touch. They're completely out of touch.
Yeah.
On
They've
that point,
not kept up with the times,
yeah,
have they?
because on that point, it's the school system because it's just what they're being taught and what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's like the school system across the world it teaches you to work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You do something good, you're going to get a praise.
Yeah.
And that's it. You move on.
Yeah.
To the next step. It's just that it teaches you just to listen,
Yeah.
obey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And over there, I don't think it's any different. Do what you need to say.
Yeah.
Go deliver.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's
That's
true,
just your
though,
life.
isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
even in
Yeah.
a school, like, you have to ask for permission to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
everything-
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's permission.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know, I had that situation one time when I was like, no, miss, I have the rights to sanitation. And she couldn't argue that point after.
But the thing is, like, the moment you argue
true.
it, you get shut down.
Yeah,
Next
you'll
thing
get
you
shut
know,
down.
you're
You'll be in detention.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get
Yeah.
suspended or whatever it is. Yeah. And that's the way it works
Yeah.
as well. And like, have you noticed as well nowadays?
But I feel
Teachers
schools
have a lot more control than parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Like,
do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if a kid's having an issue, you go tell your teacher now.
Yeah.
You don't come home and tell your parents. Your
Yeah.
parents are like blind to everything
Yeah.
that's actually
Yeah.
happening to their kid.
Yeah. And your teachers have the right to report their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that ever come
It's
from?
Where
ridiculous.
did we ever experience something like that?
No,
Like, the whole school system is just it's wrong.
it is wrong.
It's
They
wrong.
don't even teach us like the core foundations of living life.
Of
You're-
living-
when
of
you're
living
in
life,
school, when
of
you're in-
respect.
when
Yeah.
you- when you're
Yeah.
when you're in school, discipline is one thing you need to be taught. Life skills is just as important as education. When you leave school or higher education or anything, nothing. You are not trained for anything.
No.
You are not trained. All you are trained is 9 to 5, as you said, Sammy. 9 to 5. And wait for your appraisal to come, and then move on from there. They don't teach you how to save, how to invest, how to start up your own company, your basic things, your banking, how to open up a bank account,
Yeah.
how do mortgages work.
Yeah.
Credit
They
scores and
don't
all
credit
sorts, like,
scores. What is going to help you and what is going to enable you to progress in life. They do not teach you that,
Nothing.
and I feel that is a massive gap and something that really needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think that should be put
And,
on like a
and,
main.
and it's always the case of they're pushing you into further higher education. Not everyone is built for university or college.
Yeah.
Some people are built for maybe apprenticeships, then starting their own businesses. A lot of successful people I know have left college, have left school at the age of 16.
Yeah.
They've taken on an apprenticeship, learned on the job, built their life skills, opened their own company, and they're successful. Far more successful than you'll find people that have been in higher education.
It's really funny you say that because when you actually really look into all the main elites,
Yeah,
how many of them went to university
Yeah.
and actually finished it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Gates he dropped out. Richard
Yeah.
Branson
Look-
he barely went.
Yeah.
Look at
Uh,
celebrities.
Yeah.
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 Look at celebrities.
Yeah.
Either
Perfect
they're parents are famous and they've got through there, or they've just got raw talent, or they've just got lucky.
Yeah.
But none of them have done it on the merit of education.
None of them got their GCSEs, got their A levels, went to university, came back, did a work placement, and now they're on 10 million a year. That hasn't very, very happened. Yeah.
But as I was saying, I think, like as you said, like credit scores and open up business, that should be on the same level as maths and English.
That should be. I feel it should be prioritized. I think in education, languages is very important because we're obviously a very diverse country, and there's a lot of people from different countries, different backgrounds. I think language is quite important. I don't believe that RE it should be promoted as much now in schools, because how does that benefit us in society, in real life living,
especially with all these new beliefs now and everything.
How does that benefit us? I feel like financial, studying your finances, credit scores, bank accounts, mortgages, investments, these things that should be adopted within the curriculum now, so people can learn. The financial system is not getting any easier. People are coming out and they're looking to buy properties, for example, and they are struggling. They don't know some people don't know from the basics. How does this work? How do I open up my own company? How do I open up a bank account? They need to know. People need to be taught this at an early age. So then they're not finding themselves struggling when they're leaving the educational system. And that needs to be adopted and implemented fairly soon.
And I think with that, they need to teach them the disadvantages of bad credit. The disadvantages, because what the system's designed to do is get you out of school. They give you credit cards. All that. You start doing this. You get bad credit, and then you learn. Why a kid? And then you stay in that rut because you can't come out of it. And that's where they want to keep you in that rut where you're just gonna be fruit to plate all the time. That's it. You can't do anything else. Your whole life is just gonna be on to the end of the month, and then the new month is going to be on a reset. There's nothing further than that month. Oh, let's see this is what's going to happen next year. You can never even look beyond the following month because you've only got enough for that month.
It's just paycheck to paycheck.
And you tell me, how many people do you personally know where they've been into university or college and they've studied for something, and once they've left university, they've gone into a totally different industry?
Loads. We all have. We've done it. Yeah.
I'm personally one of those people as well.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
And the system is set for you to carry on in education. You almost have to make a decision very early on what you want to do. I'm sorry, but you're not going to know at the age of 16. You may have aspirations to be, I don't know, a policeman. But when you're age 22 or 23, 24, you may say, I don't want to be that. I want to be a solicitor. Or I want to be an architect, or an accountant, or anything.
But it's too late.
It's never too late, but it makes it that much harder for you to get in the industry.
Then you go more money.
You go into any sort of job, into a new industry, say at the age of 23, 24. Now, with the amount of what do employers look for? Young, fresh blood, right? That they can train, that they've got longevity in that company, and they can mold them into how they want them to work. If you're 25 onwards and you're starting in a new industry, you're going to be starting at a trainee level. You've then got to work your way up. There may be qualifications involved. So by the time you're maybe 30, 32, 33, when you're established, you've missed out a huge chunk of earning potential. Now, I'm not saying you need to make a decision at the age of 16, but give that choice for people to learn. I think work experience is very, very important. We're only given 1 week's work experience in sixth
That's
form.
a waste of time.
Is it? Yeah.
Is it 1 week? No, when I was at school, it was
I had 2 weeks in year 10 or year 11.
Yeah.
That was it.
But I think they've changed it now, because before it was you do 1 week of work experience in year 10 and then another week in year 12. But they scrapped year 10 due to COVID.
Yeah.
So it's now, whoever missed out on that, but they're only getting one week of work experience.
Me and you went to the same school, and I can actually confidently say that was never in place even when I was there. Now I was well before COVID. Year 10, I did no work experience. It was straight out the whole year.
Times have changed too much, man.
Yeah, times have changed, but also it is something specifically within the Asian culture. Education is massive for our parents. So everyone is in a race with all families. I'm sure everyone knows family, friends, and everyone that the parents are always talking about, oh, my son did this, my son did that, and then your parents come to you saying, oh, their son got this, their son got that. So the pressures, so the pressure to compete is stepped from a very early stage, and that's brought on from obviously our
society
parents
pressure.
It's cultural and
pressure.
society pressure that is as well.
But that was the worst, man. Do you remember on your GCSE results and the phone rings? I'm thinking, why the hell do you care? What is it to do with you? Are you, even if I did well, are you putting £1 in my pocket? Why do you care? Yeah. We don't even like your son. Right? My mom don't even like you. Why are you calling us? Right? But it's just like, and you can never get out of it. And sometimes, you know what, with Asians, a lot of people haven't always done what they wanted to do because of cultural pressures. I think the generation now is changing a little bit. But I think those that were born in the 80s and the early 90s, you are stuck in that thing whereby, you know, a lot of our parents, they had businesses and they never went to university. So the main thing was, we go to university. You go to university. When you go to university, you do like a selection of things. And you go to university. That hasn't always guaranteed us with great jobs. You look at these people that have studied politics, and they're in politics. If you look at what they studied at university, I was looking at this. They've done history. If we told our parents we want to do history, not only would we have got slapped, right? They would have just written us off from the age. They'd be like, do you know what? That's it. Yeah, there's the door. Out you go, and go and be a historian.
We'd be a historian.
You go and be a historian. Or they'll be like, this will go down in history. Slap around the place, right? But it makes you think, why do these people study history? What did they get out of it? What's the one thing that teaches you how to read, write, analyze? All these things. That's why when they go over there, you're thinking, how can they just talk the talk and do this, that, the other? That's what they've been brought up to do. Not one politician that we see very few have gone and done was a pharmacist or an optician or anything like that, which is what we were getting, or dentist that we were just getting pushed into from a young age. Not one of them.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
What does that tell you?
But I do feel now with the younger generation, that our generation, when we're obviously parents ourselves, that mind shift will start to change, and that will obviously be a repercussion down on the younger generations. But for us specifically, it's tough. It was a tough time, you know. Still got the scars on my cheeks from it, but it was a tough time for us, and I feel like we need to be more relaxed about the younger generation, what they want to do. Let them, not having this taboo that you need to go into education, you need to go into higher education, otherwise that's the only way you're going to get a high paid job.
Allow people to find their own way in life, but with school, rather than just sort of push them and rush people, everyone's going to develop at a different time. Rather than just rush people through this little pipe, let them find their own way. But before that, like you said, teach them the fundamentals of life. So once they have found their way, you've taught them the basics. Right now, kids these days don't even know how to communicate with people.
No,
the communication's gone. Basic manners have gone. You were saying that, oh, you know what? It's the teachers that are bringing up the kids right now. It is the teachers, because they've got so much more power right now. But after giving them that power, the kids are coming home with no manners. They don't want to communicate with their parents. They don't have respect. Kids aren't taught respect these days. No. And that is something in this country, or at least in the West, that we've got completely wrong. You go to Asia, China, Japan, Singapore, places like that, it's a completely... Why are they so calm and composed? Because from a very young age, they're taught manners, how to conduct themselves, and that carries them through life fully. They can take that. They can carry those things with them through life completely. Over here, right now, if you're from an area of social deprivation, or some working class broken families, they're not even taught basic manners, and that will take them through the rest of their life, and that will build a character for the rest of their life. And unfortunately, in some cases, it won't be of a good character that will benefit them in society. So what are we doing about that? Nothing.
They won't do anything, because this country has no discipline anymore.
There is no discipline.
You've got discipline in all these other countries, but when you come to the UK, we've got no discipline.
No.
It's about, you know what, whatever makes you happy, that's how you act.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your parent can't even tell you off anymore in public.
How you feel.
It's all about how you feel.
How you feel.
I don't like you shouting at me. Oh, what? So I shouldn't shout at you anymore because you couldn't beat someone up, or you went to a shop and you stole something.
Yeah.
You should be disciplined for that.
You should be disciplined for that.
If you do that now on the street, someone's going to get the phone out and record you, and you'll look like
the victim.
Yeah. It's because there's no fear. There's no fear of doing anything wrong anymore.
No,
and the moment there's no fear, all you're going to do is you're going to go down the wrong path. And that's what's happening right now.
But coming back onto sort of communication, I do feel that technology has ruined it a lot as well.
Technology has ruined it.
When we didn't have technology, what did we used to do after school as kids? We used to go out in the park. We used to play. We used to do all sorts of stuff outside. But it used to be away from technology. With technology now, iPads, tablets, all these things, you are glued to one screen.
Yeah.
You lose that social interaction. You lose that communication.
Yeah. It's just been a keyboard warrior.
It's a keyboard warrior. And I'm personally speaking, throughout COVID, that was a big eye opener. A lot of people have lost a lot of confidence because they've missed out on that social interaction. So if we are struggling as adults, what are we what's going to be of the younger generation?
I think they're just going to be wired completely different.
It's going to be harder for them.
It's going to be harder for them.
There's so much social pressure as well. At
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah.
Like, you have to be careful of what you say. To certain people.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know what to say anymore. So you'd rather just stay quiet.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. Whereas when we were kids, we didn't know. Growing up, did you even hear about mental health, stress, anxiety? We didn't even hear about that. It's only in the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years where all that's come in. Mental health, and look at the link. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of stuff has come in. Now all of a sudden we're talking about mental health.
People have unfortunately lost their lives to the pressures of social media. Trying to, whether it's an influencer, whether it's just your general cyberbullying, it's massive. It's taken people's lives, and technology has ruined that. Yes, it's made our lives more convenient, but at the detriment of people's mental health being as well.
Do you think there's an argument to say maybe kids should not be on any kind of social media until the age of 18?
Yes, there's an argument.
I was thinking about this.
I don't know. I don't think you can get away with 18. Maybe at least 16. I'd say at least 16.
But why can't you get away with 18? In certain countries, they've banned it. They've banned it altogether.
It's down. Look, you don't want a dictatorship at the same time. At the end of the day, it's down to the parenting. And if the parents, they know their kids best. They know how they're gonna be, and it should be at the discretion of the parents.
I think it's very hard for the parents when all their kids' friends have got it, and to say no to that. It's easier just to say, "Go on, then we'll have it," but you don't need it. Before we went through school and a lot of college when we didn't even have a phone. And we got through.
You got through.
We got through
with dial-up.
We got through with dial-up. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We got through with having no phones, and we still got home when we needed to do, and our parents still knew where we were. So I get the fact that they can have a phone, but they don't need to have social media. Just buy a burner phone off some drug dealer's phone off eBay or something like that, Nokia 3210, and give that to your kid and just let them use that so they can call you so you know where they are. They don't need Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that. They just don't need it.
They don't. But it keeps them busy, and that's ultimately what parents need at the moment. There is a massive element of why this is happening is because the bigger picture is financial pressures, but the burden of maintaining, the home, property, finances. People are forced to work and work harder because of everything is going up. If you've got young kids, childcare is through the roof, right? So at best, people are having to use technology like tablets and stuff to keep their children preoccupied. And as a result of that, obviously kids are getting used to this technology. They're not able to develop the natural skills that I think you need and what we've been brought up to have. And it's not the parents' faults all the time. They're being forced into this.
It's a system that's made the mums have to work a 40-hour week just like the dads. Who's looking after the kids? So I get it. What you're saying, social media is kind of
a little bit of a
Deterrent.
respite, just to get, if they've got, I've got one Zoom meeting on there. If my kid's on there just watching YouTube, or if he's just scanning on Instagram, he's at home in front of me. Let them just do that. I can continue my meeting.
Yeah.
Whereas 15, 20 years ago, the mum would be in the kitchen. It's a bit stereotypical, but like making a cake or whatever. But we're all just doing whatever, and she knows what the kids are doing. They'll be watching TV or something like that. So she's watching. She's part of what they're part of as well. They know everything. When they're on that phone, they're not part of that anymore. They're in that world. They're in that world on their own. But it was when they're watching TV, they'll be like, okay, this is watching TV. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
The kids don't know what the parents are doing. The parents don't know what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
There's no links anymore. There's nothing that links the family together.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
How many times, or when is the last time you had a meal, sat down with your family?
Yeah.
When is the last time that happened? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
You can't remember. Whereas when you were
It
kids,
only happens on occasion.
it was a daily thing.
It was a daily thing.
When you
Yeah,
were
so
kids,
what's
it was a
happening
daily thing.
together?
So this is what I'm. All of this basically goes back to how we started off with regards to the political party. How are we better off? We haven't come back. Just by saying what we've said, we haven't come better off. We've become distant from our parents, distant from our friends, caught up in a social media, in a media full frenzy.
Yeah.
Communication's out the window. Mental health is as high as it's ever been. How have we got better? We have not got. This is just basically goes what we actually tried to say. We've not got better.
Yeah.
So what? Why put our faith? Why put our vote into something that it's not going to bring any change? It's just going to take us back again.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely something.
But what can be done now? Do you think we're too far gone?
I don't think
If
we
you
are.
are,
I
if
don't
you are
think
running,
so.
if you are running as a politician for a seat, what could you possibly do to change? There's so much to change. Where do you even begin?
would you start?
Where do you
Yeah.
start?
There needs to be a movement. Like if you look at places like America and stuff like that, when Trump came in, it was a movement.
Yeah.
He was a movement, and because of him, say what you want about him, he's created a movement, and he's created another side where there is another option that you can go around. It's more old school ways of bringing up your kids, but it's a way that's worked.
Yeah.
What do you
Right?
What
I mean,
what do you
the
mean?
same-
Well, it's the old school family values. Hard work, family values, have faith, believe in something,
Yeah.
have faith. They believe in God, they believe in their family, they believe in the nuclear family structure. That's why are we all of a sudden being taken away from that?
I mean, the saying is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And they tried to fix something that wasn't broken,
Exactly.
and it didn't work.
Exactly. But that's what they're all about. They're all about families, unity, community. Where's all that gone? That's stuff that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always worked. Right now, the way that they're going right now, everything's temporary. The relationships we have, they're very fragile these days. The family structures we have is all. So many people come from broken families. It's not their fault, but it's the way society is. It's just convenient. If you're going through a bad phase, walk away from it.
Yeah.
Where's the oh no, we'll stick together, we'll get
way
through
too
it.
sensitive
It's too
now,
easy.
man.
It's too easy in life right now just to walk away from something that you
Yeah.
just don't like the sound of, and just walk away from
walk
something.
away, yeah.
Where's the fight? Where's the belief? Where's the bit? No. We're a family, we're a community, we'll do this together and we'll stick together and we will get through it.
You need support though for that. You do need support though. I'm not talking local
From who?
support. So government support. You need policy to be able to change from the top.
Yeah.
To enable.
Yeah, I
to
get
do
that.
that.
To,
To an
enable
extent, to an
mums or dads
Yeah.
to stay at home and be with their family and be that mold that brings together. Even if it's just one member of the family that stays, if it's your mum, that when you come home you're used to seeing your mum at home, she can mold the family together.
Yeah.
Right? That's gonna go. If your parents are always out all the time, it's just you and your phone at home. It's never gonna
That's
work.
what you're gonna get caught in.
You're gonna get caught up into that. It's never, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
That is what they want.
I think they've gotten that as well.
They have got it
They've got
right
it.
now. That's exactly what they've got. That's exactly what they've got. So, like I said, there needs to be some sort of a movement. Like I said, in America, they've got it. It's about time something like what you were saying, Sammy, with that Reform Party. If a party like that can come through, I think there'll be changes. There'll be some serious
But
changes because
you will
people
not
are
see
going to
those
wake up.
changes
No,
because
but
they
I-
won't come through.
I don't think even with that party, I don't think that the what's it called? what's it called?
You have to remember,
No one will accept it. Like they won't get accepted just because of
You have
the
to-
policies. they
yeah.
stand
Their value.
on. And
Their
I understand that. I understand that, but I think if the more people start hearing about those policies, the more people are going to wake up to it.
Yeah.
Because you don't write off the common guy, because they are thinking about it. Just because they're not saying it, we're saying it. But what we're saying, a lot of people are going to be thinking, do you know what? That's 100% right.
Yes.
We did get brought up like that. We are like this right now, and this is what the future could look like. These guys are right.
Yeah.
People, they are. Look what happened to Brexit. Everybody was so sure we would never leave the EU.
Yeah.
If you spoke about it, you're a racist. But we are so sure we are never going to leave the EU. What happened?
He left.
What happened? It turned the whole country out, because there was people, they may not have spoken about it, but they believed in it.
Yeah.
And with that vote,
100%.
it came in it, and it turned the whole country around. So don't write people off. People, give them the option, and they might just surprise you.
I'm sure there's a lot of
Thing
people that are
is-
thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't speak up about it because they don't feel comfortable in doing
Out
so.
of fear.
We're quite lucky because
Out of fear.
we all have that kind of same mindset. Right?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all agree with what
Yeah.
each other says.
Yeah.
And we actually take it on board.
Yeah.
Whereas other people don't have that support.
No.
Yeah.
From close friends or family or whoever it may
No.
be.
Yeah.
So they'll just stay stum
Yeah.
and they'll just get on with whatever they've been told to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what it is.
The only problem is, even if they do get it with the tax things that they're saying, I don't think it's going to work, because it's not them that's going to be controlling the tax.
That's not a model that would work.
It's not the government. that
Do you know
controls
what?
the tax.
Sometimes you can't always control the amount of money, because at the end of the day, we're not always going to be better off. If they did that, but I'm talking about just core life values.
Yeah.
If they can just put us back on that track again, we'll find our own way
It's a
in
good
life.
start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. It's not all about the work we do and what we do and how much we make. It's the journey that we have through life, the relationships that we have, how we maintain them relationships, and how we bring them forward for the following generation. If they can put us on track for that, I think we'll be a bit better. Then
Okay.
we'll get through tougher times.
Yeah.
But with the way Labour and Conservatives are going right now, forget it.
Yeah.
It's we're going down the slope.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's see.
So yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good topic there, Sammy.
Good topic there.
We're
You
not
know?
far out of that
You know,
topic,
maybe
yeah.
you should stand for
Maybe you
local
should,
local
Local
election.
independent
Bring
party.
back the
Sammy.
pyramids.
Yeah, oh god.
The better squad.
What? Bring back.
I want to bring back the pyramids, make them great again.
With that, guys, we're gonna
Make pyramids great again.
Just like getting MAGA hats.
We should do.
Mappa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do, man.
Yeah.
Team Trump all the way, man.
Team Trump.
That's
Team
it.
Trump all the way. You know.
Do you think he's?
That'll be a good topic for our
Yeah.
next podcast.
I'll save it for them then.
Yeah,
Trump.
yeah.
Say it
Which,
with-
yeah, do you know what? That'll
Trump.
be because you know
Should
what?
he or shouldn't he?
Find out next time on.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be great. Yeah. No. We'll
Give us
definitely.
your best
Yeah.
Trump impression.
What?
Give us your best Trump impression.
It came from China.
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 The China flu.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when he was saying we should inject eat hand sanitizer or drink it?
No, bleach.
Bleach.
You know what? You can't hate the guy.
You can't hate the guy.
Come
on. No.
You can't hate the guy.
And if you hate the guy,
You
just
can't
back
hate
with
him
my-
or you can't hate his hair.
No.
well,
He's a comedian.
He's a G. No, he deserves a separate. That guy deserves a separate podcast.
Yeah.
He deserves a whole topic.
Yeah.
The whole
That,
You
section.
know what? You know what?
That's a
Mr.
complete-
Trump, if you ever watch this, please come on the show. Please.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Northwest London, you're more than welcome.
We'll keep the gangs away from your money.
we'll play your ULEZ. Yeah. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Shii.
You didn't point, you wasted.